I saw this tier that looks like possibly a slide. That would be the perfect way to end this epic hike. We are in Fiordland National Park today to tackle one of the best hikes in all of the Fiordlands. Some say it is the most underrated hike in Fiordland National Park, while others say it is the most overrated in terms of people's technical ability. It's an expert route involving climbing up granite slabs with chains, but before you get to the most technical, difficult section to get to that saddle, it's a leisurely stroll up a valley with tons of waterfalls exploding from the cliffs, the typical Fiordland scene that we've seen in Lake Marion, that we've seen in Milford Sound. So I think a lot of people overestimate this hike because they don't realize that first section is really easy, and you can hike to the head of the valley easy enough. Very similar vibes to Glacier Burn. And if you don't want to do the difficult section, you could still do the very easy valley walk up to all these waterfalls. But today we will be tackling the entire thing. It's a 4 to 6 hour return, and allegedly, not sure if this has been verified, but supposedly when you get to the top of the saddle, you can have epic views of Milford Sound on a clear day, which we are lucky enough to have today. It rains over 200 days a year here in Fiordland, so to have a clear sunny day is a truly wonderful gift. So I think a lot of people, when they get to the trailhead, they see the sign that says expert route only, and they just kind of turn around from there, take a couple pictures. But really, if you do that, you're missing out. Even if you're not an expert, if you're a decent walker, this pretty much entire valley up to the head where all these waterfalls come flowing down is really flat. And I think it's only like half hour to get up there, so an hour return. And you don't need to be an expert. The expert part is talking about going up to the saddle. But if you just follow this to the head of the valley, it's pretty easy. Anybody could do it. I mean, the trail that I'm on right now, you know, it's well marked. There's trail markers, flat. I think as you get further up in the valley, some bigger boulder sections, but we did this last winter, and I remember it being real easy to get to the head of the valley. So if you can, make an effort, because it is truly stunning scenery up there with all those waterfalls. Well, you'll see in a few minutes. So if all you do is make it to the head of the valley, you come to these awesome waterfalls, not too bad. But we still have a long day ahead of us, as the bulk of the 2,100 foot elevation gain is left as we progress up to Gertrude Saddle. So as we make our way up, we're about to cross over top of the upper tier of the waterfall that we were just at the base of. There's like 2 or 3 more tiers. Actually, there's several more tiers above that, but we're gonna cross atop, I think, the 2nd or 3rd tier, and then go up alongside, and we'll see, I think there's like 7 or 8 more along that creek that flows down this drainage here. Absolutely stunning. No shade, so not only are we gonna get into some high exposure in terms of fall, but also total sun exposure. So make sure you got a hat and make sure you're geared up properly for this. And there's another sign up here reminding you, if you're not geared up properly, turn back. And definitely never want to do this in the rain or after it's rained, because the part we're going to get to up here, a little further up, can be very dangerous, and multiple people have died on this hike, so you got to play it safe. So there's something potentially interesting. Past one of these waterfall tiers, Sam's eager for me to keep pushing on, but I saw this tier that looks like possibly a slide. Not sure if the pool's deep enough down there, but hopefully we have enough daylight on the way back, because this warrants further investigation. That would be the perfect way to end this epic hike. Quick cool down in a nice glacier pool slide. Fingers crossed it's deep enough. I've never done Half Dome in Yosemite, but I would imagine this is pretty similar. Going up the granite with these cables here. Beautiful black lake that is anything but black in the sun. Reflections of the mountains on the other side and the lake, and totally stunning. I think we're a little over halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way there. And haven't really needed the cables too much yet. But of course I got my stealth rubber shoes on, so I got great grip on the granite. We made it. Gertrude Saddle. Epic views over to Milford Sound. It's a little hazy right now over in Milford Sound, but 360-degree views. Epic hike. Dare I say this is the most epic day hike in all of Fiordland. I think it's definitely up there. Top 5 contender for that honor for sure. Absolutely amazing. And you know, we were going real slow. Took us 3 hours to get here, so you know, if you're not stopping and filming as much as I am, then you could probably do it in a lot less than that for sure. But this is absolutely stunning. We could go for a quick dip in that lake on the way back down, but I'm curious to check out that slide. Is it slidable? You'll have to stay tuned and find out if it is. So unfortunately, guys, I investigated it. Not a slide. There is a ledge right there. And I don't feel like getting airlifted out with a broken tailbone today. So I am, however, going to take a quick dip to cool off and get refreshed in this beautiful snowmelt lagoon here. It's absolutely beautiful. Sun's not hitting it right now, so you can't see how beautiful it is. But I'm going to leave you here. Plenty more coming from New Zealand. Highly recommend Gertrude Saddle. Get out there, find your adventure, and be infamous. It's so cold!
Infamous.